Welcome to the show. We're in NBL action. The Zero-Fee Southland Sharks took at least one stride toward redemption for recent sins when the depleted squad rallied to beat the Mountaineers impressively. Coach Paul Henare back on the boards and likely to stay that way for the foreseeable. A top effort from the regular bench warmers to step up in support. Elsewhere, the Rangers took another scalp on the road but couldn't defend their own patch against the Nuggets, who in turn dropped the second match in their doubleheader to the Pistons. The Rams poured more misery on the Mountaineers and the Jets bounced back to knock over the Saints by 11.
What an amazing turnout, just awesome to be here. I love the work these guys put in, obviously been through a lot, and to come out and get a win, for the guys, for the team, for the organisation and for the community, just awesome. It was really enjoyable and something I'm really proud of the guys.
I think off camera on Wednesday we were actually talking. You said you were quite confident that you may take this game. It all fell into place?
Oh, I don't know if it was a plan, but it was just a gut feeling. I've been to battle so many times with my mate Kevin Braswell, and he's as tough as they come. A lot of people don't know where he's come from and what he's been through to get to where he is today. And Brian Conklin, the same thing. He's different. He's a different toughness to KV, but I don't know. It was a gut feel, and I just had 100% confidence in my guys. We had a good week of training. Some of the young guys really stepped it up, and like I said, I think we've got two of the best players in Braswell and Conklin. You just put some bodies around them to take up space and do their job, and I was confident. The other guy that stepped up tonight was Luke Martin. Just an outstanding game from him, and at a time where we needed him to step up.
What do you think of coaching from on the court?
Don't like it at all. I don't like it. I'd much rather be on the sideline, and just seeing the commitment and what some of the other guys brought to the team. It was just a hell of a week. Dan Peck just struck with a really serious stomach virus the last few days. I spoke to him at 5 o'clock, and he said, I probably can't go. And he texted me about 10 minutes later, said, I'm going to come down and see if I can go. Brian Conklin rolls his ankle in the first quarter, it seemed like, and you could see the pain that he was in living through the home game, and we just had a resolve about us that we were never going to lose this game, and that's how we felt coming into it, and that didn't waver during the game.
That heavy, very high scoring first quarter and the foul count as well, you would have been constantly thinking of that.
Yeah, look, I think in the first quarter they made some pretty tough shots. They have some guys that can put the ball in the hole, but the game plan coming in as we were trying to be as disruptive and selective in terms of what shots we gave up defensively, and they were making those shots, but throughout the course of the game, that game plan started to pan out for us. Those outside shots that they were taking didn't drop as much, and I think what had an effect was our aggressive mindset, getting guys into foul trouble, getting some of their key players sitting on the bench to balance things out a little bit.
What do you think the Paul Henare coach would think of the Paul Henare's game? Would you name yourself on the side next week?
Look, I don't know. I'm never going to fill up a stat sheet, but the older you get, the wiser you get, and you sort of understand where you can put your body on the floor and be in a position to do some things. And as the week went on, I got 4 trainings under my belt, and I felt better as the game went along, as the week went along, and I was happy I could contribute.
And next week?
Yeah, I don't know. We'll reevaluate on Monday. Reevaluate tomorrow, see how things go. We've got guys. We've proven that we've got guys that can step up and beat a very good team. And we've got 2 tough games next week against Manawatu and Otago. It's going to be another big weekend for us.
We're a young team and we're learning, and we knew it was going to be tough coming here regardless of what the situation was, and it was difficult. I feel a couple of calls could have gone either way, and I understand that normally it appears that the home team gets the calls, but in saying that, I thought the Southland Sharks played really well. Came out, played with a lot of hunger and a lot of fight, and got after it defensively, so they were certainly the better team.
What were your thoughts at the end of the first quarter with all those points scored? It couldn't keep going like that, could it?
No, well, something had to give, and we just wanted to try and grind it out. And in our team, we're quite reliant on a number of players, so when we get in a bit of foul trouble, it throws our rhythm off, what we have to do. Sometimes we have to, we try to be as aggressive as we can on defence, make things happen, but when we get in foul trouble, it makes it a little different, so we have to go to a 1-2-2 containment zone to try and protect some of our players.
Did you see a coherent strategy there from the Sharks to try and induce that foul trouble?
Oh yeah, absolutely. And I think all the teams try and we were trying to get Coughlin and Braswell in foul trouble too. So they did a better job, I suppose, of doing that. But they played really well. I thought they played really hard.
You would have been quite confident going into this match, though, with those players gone from the Sharks. You know, you would have backed yourself a bit more than the final result.
Well, no, we actually realised that with Paulie coming back, and we realised with some of the other players you have, that it was always going to be tough. We didn't for 1 second think we'd come in and have an easy game, not for 1 second. Because the team tonight is similar to ours, in that we rely heavily on our imports. We've got young kids, and we've got inexperience. So we did not, for 1 minute, think this was going to be an easy game. And at the start of the year, our team was predicted to come last. We were predicted to be lucky to win a game. So we've come with the mentality that we've got to play hard and we've got to play together. I know it's cliches, but I think we got a little bit away from that tonight. In saying that, I believe that the Sharks kind of made us do that. So I'm really happy for the Sharks team and happy for Paulie. I know it's been a difficult week for them, and I just hope things work out for everyone, and we're all young, we make some silly errors, and unfortunately I just hope it works out and support. And times like this, it hurts a lot of people, and I think we've got to be supportive at the same time. People have to be accountable and accept responsibility, and then there's a healing process also, so I'm happy for Paul.
The crowd's been great. They've really helped us win our last few games here at home. They just come out and support us through thick and thin, and we really appreciate that. They came out and shot the ball real well in the first quarter. So, our game plan was to, we were hoping that dropped off a little as the game went on, and the crowd really gives us that extra boost and helped us play with a little more energy than they had tonight. Really, Dan just fit straight back in. Real easy, picked up all the stuff that we were running from last year. He was pretty sick tonight, and he still got out there and played. And Paulie, he knows all our stuff. He's our coach, so there wasn't too many adjustments. And just to have Dan back in, he's a three-point threat, so he spaces the floor, and he's been around, been playing for a long time, and he's just got that extra experienced guy out there on the floor, which helps.
I tried to talk to Brian Conklin, but he just shook his head and said, "No, I've got to get some ice on this." What have you heard about his ankle? It doesn't look
he
too
said
good.
He twisted it pretty bad.
He certainly played in pain.
Yeah, he played through it. He was pretty hobbled most of the night, but he played through it. BC's a tough dude, and I would say I'm surprised, but I'm not. That's what he does. He just plays through and plays tough, strong the whole way. He helped us get this win tonight. Two big games next week. Hopefully we can get our full team back for that one. It's been a tough time for those guys, and they're doing it tough, and we just want to be there for them, and hopefully they can get back out on the court and do what they love doing.
I was devastated to see the news from last weekend. It was an unfortunate situation, but as soon as I got the call, I was happy to step in because I've had a great time with this team the last 3 years. I support this franchise 100%, and I stand behind each and every one of these guys out here. So when I got the call, it was an easy decision for me to come back and help and just do what I could.
What have you been doing fitness-wise for the last 6 months or so?
Not a lot at all, actually. I've had spurts of trainings here and there, but I've got a new job now for KiwiCan for Foundation for Youth Development. So I'm working with the kids. I've really been focusing on that. So I'm a bit raw, but I did what I could. I was really just trying to play smart. I was just doing what I knew that I could do. I knew we had some guys on our team that could score the ball, so my job was just to come out and relax, make a smart play, and just do what I can.
The table makes happy reading for the Zerafee Southland Sharks. The weekend win and results elsewhere propelled them into second place with games in hand, though winning them both won't topple the high-flying Hawks from their perch. The Pistons will be harbouring hopes to make the playoffs, but so too the Rangers, when a few weeks ago they'd have been wondering where any win was going to come from. The bottom three all out of the running, yet none should be taken lightly by the pretenders.